his room. Mr. Scrooge, suddenly aware that some weird happening was about to occur, hugged his own shivering body in fear and trembling.
Scrooge! Ebenezer Scrooge!
Who's there? Who called my name?
Scrooge! Ebenezer Scrooge!
I know you. Marley's ghost? What do you want with me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
All right, who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you sit down?
I can.
Do it then.
You don't believe in me.
I don't.
What evidence would you have of my reality beyond your own senses?
I don't know.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach can make them cheat. You may be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of underdone potato. There is more of gravy than of the grave of you, whatever you are. Humbug, I tell you, humbug!
No!
Mercy! Triple apparition! Why do you trouble me?
Man of worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do. I must. But body spirits travel the earth, and why do they come to me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him travel forth among his fellow men. If that spirit go not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It is doomed to wander through the world. Oh, woe is me, and witness what it cannot share, but might have shared in terms of happiness.
You are chained. Tell me why.
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard. Do you know the weight of the strong coil you bear yourself, Ebenezer? It was as full, as heavy as this 7 Christmas Eves ago, and you have labored on it since. It is indeed a ponderous chain.
Jacob. Oh, Jacob Marley. Tell me more. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. I cannot rest. I cannot stay. I cannot linger anywhere. I'll never to be able to make amends for missed opportunities. In life, my spirit never walked beyond the narrow limits of our counting house, and now a weary journey lies before me.
You must have been very slow about it, Jacob.
Slow?
7 years dead and traveling all the time?
The whole time. No rest, no peace, the incessant torture of remorse.
You travel fast?
On the wings of the wind.
You must have gotten over a quantity of ground in 7 years, Jacob.
Oh, woe is me, I am.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business! Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence were my business. The dealings of my trade were but a drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my business. Hear me, Ebenezer, my time is nearly done.
I will. But don't be hard upon me, Jacob. Don't be flowery, pray.
How it is I appear before you in a shape you can see, I do not know. For I have sat invisible beside you many a day, trying to reach you, and that is no light part of my penance. Listen, Ebenezer, I am here tonight to warn you, you have yet a chance and hope of escaping my terrible fate.
You were always a good friend to me, Jacob. Thank you.
Hear me, you will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance and hope you mentioned, Jacob?
It is.
I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first tonight when the bell tolls 1.
Couldn't I take them all at once and have it over, Jacob?
Expect the second when the bell tolls 2, and the third will appear in his own good time. Look to see me no more, Ebenezer Scrooge. Look to see me no more. No more, no more, no more.
Slowly but quietly, the image of Jacob Morley floated out upon the dark, bleak night. Mr. Scrooge, desperate with curiosity, behind. After a moment, he followed and went to the window and looked out. The air was filled with phantoms and spirits, wandering here and there in restless haste, and moaning as they went. Every one of them wore chains like Jacob Morley's ghost. Many he knew personally, old friends who had passed away. Old business acquaintances, all bound and fettered and wailing in mournful dirge. He had been quite familiar with one old ghost, in a white waistcoat, with a monstrous iron safe attached at his ankle, who cried out with pity at being unable to assist the wretched old woman who was stored on the doorsteps below. The misery of them was all rather quite clear. What they had sought to help in human endeavors, but had lost this power forever. With a painful sigh, Mr. Scrooge closed the window and examined the door by which the ghost had entered. It was double locked, just as he had locked it earlier that evening. He tried to say "Hambad," but only stopped at the first syllable, and feeling much in need of repose, went straightway to his favorite chair and fell asleep upon the instant. Subconsciously, from the deep realms of sleep, Mr. Scrooge heard a solitary voice, as though a little girl singing a Christmas carol. On the instant of one, as he sat there, the lights flashed up in his room. For a moment he blinked and then stared wide-eyed at what he saw before him.
Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
What then? What do you want with me?
Rise and walk with me.
But I am mortal and liable to fall.
Nay, my hand will support thee. Look beyond. What see you?
I see. Good heavens. I was a boy here. All of this, I remember well.
Your lip is trembling. And what is that upon your cheek?
Lead on, spirit. I follow.
You recollect the way?
Remember it? The path of my boyhood? Why, I could walk it blindfold.
Strange to have forgotten it for so many years. Strange. But let us go on. Ah, a school. Do you remember? But of course you do. Even though it is Christmas Eve, however, it is not quite deserted. A solitary child neglected by his friends is left there still.
I know him all too well. My own lost boyhood.